Hey, welcome back. Got another nice one for you here today. It's a beautiful weekend. We took down a tree. Got these big 70, 80 foot cottonwoods right by our house. One of them was leaning very conveniently into an open lot next door and was able to drop that one. No problemo. Definitely feeling the burn of taking down 70, 80 feet worth of cottonwood, but was pleasantly surprised to see a little package in the mailbox today. So let's see what we got. All right, another one from one of our favorite companies out there, Brown Knives. This was one of the early, no, I shouldn't say early, but one of the LHC V1 variants. Ooh, even better in person than I expected. Yeah, saw this one getting sold over on, and let me grab a little rag here. Saw this one getting sold over on Reddit Knife Swap. And, yeah, knew I had to give it a try at least. Get my hands on it and see what I thought. They very rarely disappoint, and I'd say this would be the case here too. That's interesting. Got a little hole in there, maybe from the pocket clip or something. They did, Craig did change the pocket clip a little bit on Cortex V1 versus V2. But let's see if there's any detail on here. It just says Cortex Damasteel number 136. Pretty sweet. Seller was moving some pretty nice knives. I actually tried to buy a Bull Knives Chamois from him, but someone snagged it right before I could. Action is fantastic on this one. A little gummy actually on the closing motion there, but not a big deal. It's definitely something that could be opened up probably and cleaned up, but let's take a look at what we got here. So it's got zirconium hardware on the back spacer and on the pocket clip. Again, he changed that pocket clip design a little bit on V2, and definitely prefer the V2 design, but it's not a big deal here. Damasteel blade, classic Craig Brown milling here. And on the Damasteel, the way he polished it actually rounds this edge a little bit, and I like it a little more than most of the other Cortex thumb holes that I've handled. So that feels very nice there actually. So that looks good. Zoom back out here and get a picture of the whole knife. Now this one, I'm gonna fail to remember exactly what it was called, but it's like a carbon fiber with a copper something in it. You can see the Cortex engraving on the inside there, and then the old made in Blaine, WA, USA. Over here on this side, Blaine, WA, USA. Very cool model. And Craig's about to bring out the Cortex XL, so watch for those dropping in the coming month or so here. Just trying to get a quick look on what I'm seeing on the top of the blade there. Looks like it's got its own little Damascus where he swedged it. I guess you wouldn't call that a swedge, but where he topped it off. It's got a little bit of a Damascus look to it. It's pretty cool. You can kind of see that show through there. But it's such a cool model, and I do think a lot of people would be interested in a little bit of a wider handle on this. That'd be like the one criticism most people might have for this model, but it's a really cool model, and I've said it before, but I think it's sort of the model that Craig hit his momentum, where he found a model that a lot of people would look at and really like what it's going on. I think the FSD took it to the next level, but a lot of what he did here on the Cortex are things that people really like in modern knives today, and I just think this was a really cool model for him, that sort of a milestone model, and cool to see him, let me just do a quick zoom in here. Cool to see him bringing out an XL version of this next. Sorry, I'm not sure why I'm kind of losing my camera focus, but there we go. This particular one is the bolster lock variant, where he does like a it's a frame lock, titanium frame lock with these really nice bolsters on it. This was a custom build. And yeah, the action's not quite as crisp on this one as some of the others. I think it just needs to get cleaned is my guess. But let's see what kind of perfect lockup as usual with these. And yeah, the lock just always tends to be nice and early on these. And man, what a cool blade. I've never had, I should say I've had one Damascus Cortex, but I've never had a Damasteel Cortex, which is something I've been wanting in the collection. If you know the collection, there are quite a few Cortexes that I have here. I really kind of wish I could consolidate this one here into this. Like if this one had the Damasteel blade, I would have not felt the need to get that one there, but man, this one, the action on is just insanely crisp. This is the best action I've ever had. This is Cortex number 396. And again, sorry, the focus is a little bit out today on the video. Not sure if there's anything I can do to fix that. Maybe if I don't know if that's gonna do it. Try zooming in and out and, ooh, there's my feet for you. There we go. I think I actually fixed it there. So now we should be back to autofocus. Sorry about that. So yeah, that's Cortex number 396. Here's number 313. This one is a frame lock. And man, the sounds on this one are just spectacular. So that's a really cool one. And then I have one more, which is Cortex prototype number 1. And then maybe I'll show you the difference in the pocket clips here. It'll be really interesting to see what he does with the XL, this new one that's coming out. But yeah, this even this prototype was just spectacular. So you can see here on the prototype and on this new one that we just got here that the pocket clips are kind of tall, especially this one. This one like seems like it actually goes up even more than the prototype, which is interesting. And then if you go look at these V2s, you can tell they're V2s because they have pivot hardware collars on them. But you'll notice this pocket clip is much less, not nearly as tall. It's like quite different. And this one would be the newest one in the collection. So to compare those two pocket clips, it's a significant difference there. Try and see the best way I can do this side by side, but yeah, a really big difference in the design. So a lot of the rest of it was pretty similar, but yeah, these are beautiful, really cool knives, very artistic, I think, even though he's, you know, generally CNC, more of an engineering type. Not like I would call these art knives by any means, but man, they are definitely a model that, and he's said this to me, it took a lot of work. You know, these bolsters are not easy to do and just get them so flush and perfect like that. That's a very challenging approach to making a knife, but he did a great job with it, and yeah, they're really quite good. So yeah, that thing looks like it fits right into the collection, doesn't it? It really, I wasn't sure if this was a catch and release or what, but it kind of rounds off the collection. So if you did this in order, it'd be prototype number 1, number 136, number 313 V2, and number 396 V2. That comes together quite nicely. So very pleased with this purchase. I'll probably open it up and clean it up so it's a little less gummy feeling on the action. I haven't really gotten to get a really good look in there, but seems like maybe there's a little something going on there with the action, and I can just get that cleaned and re-lubricated and should be really nice. Another thing to note there is the pocket clip on this one. I wonder if this one's the same way. So there's 2 screws here. This one, yeah, I guess I was just seeing the reflection. The 2 screws are reflecting in the on the camera. It looks like there's 4 screws there, but you can definitely see the 2 pocket clip screws in there pretty easily. Anyway, yeah, rounds off the collection nicely, and I don't think that's a release. I think that's a catch and keeper right there. So pretty neat. That's all for now. Please like, subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and feel free to leave a comment if I missed something or had something wrong there. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care and Happy New Year.